Hey guys, welcome back to the Gamers Vault, and as you know, I'm your host, James. Today, of all days, I promise you, I'm going to get it out of the way now. Today I got the part for this. This is the PS3 Slim, not the Super Slim, the Slim, as you already know. So there you go. So, let me show you the part too. So here's the part. Okay. So I'm just looking at my monitor so I can show you guys and make sure you guys see it in the shot. There you go. Alright, let's tell you about the story about this. On Christmas this year, I have a small thrift store not too far from my house. And sometimes, just sometimes, they buy these like lockers or storage bins, storage units that people don't pay. They buy them and they resell them in the store. So in this bin that they had were all broken stuff. They had TVs, whatever, cracked screens, whatever. You can use for parts. This was $20. $20 on a PS3 Slim. Even though that is a cheap price, it is broken, and I'm not willing to spend $20 on it. But this particular event was special. They said it's 50% off, so that made a $20 PS3 to $10. So what's wrong with the system? Is this broken? Is this for sale? They're like, yeah, definitely. It's definitely for sale. Are you interested? I'm like, yeah, of course. I'll pick it up. What's wrong with it? Oh, it doesn't power on. For $10 that doesn't power on, I'll take the chance. I'll go ahead and I'll take the chance, and I'll pick it up. So I go ahead and I pick it up, bring it home. She was right. It doesn't power on. So tech mode kicks in. Let me open it up and find out why it doesn't power on. I get to the nitty-gritty of the console, and I see why. This is why you don't smoke. The tar builds up on the fins of the PS3, and when it builds up, it blocks things, mainly power. So you can only imagine how disgusting this was. You allow also isopropyl alcohol cleans off the contacts perfectly. So when you use isopropyl alcohol, put it on a Q-tip, lightly clean it off, make sure it's dry, then put the part back, and it comes up perfectly. I wish that was the end, and I could say, hey, you know, all I had to do was clean it up, and it powered on. Obviously, you guys know that's not the case. So I had to buy this, and this is a lens. When I put the game in, I can hear the mechanics moving on it, but the lens was just gone. It was shot. It was not going to work. So I bought this on eBay for $20. Now, you just can't buy any Blu-ray lens. And like I said, this is the KEM-4500AAA. This is the one I have. There you go. And the reason why you can't do it is because when they made this, they made it with a specific model and a specific year. If you do it wrong, it's not going to fit. You're going to be really frustrated, and you're going to spend money you didn't have to spend. So I bought that. And what I did was, after I bought that, I took a look. Oh, before I bought that, I apologize. I looked behind the serial number on the back of your consoles. Each one has a specific serial number, which will tell you what model lens you get. I'm going to show you the chart I use at the bottom of the description here, or somewhere in this video, somewhere around here. I'll show you the chart. If you're going to do this repair and you're going to get a repair like this cheap, definitely look at my chart or the chart that I used, because it'll tell you what lens your system needs. And it really is easy to find out the lens. That's easy. The repair, I would give it, if I had to do a 10 rating system, I would give it close to around 8 and 9. So if you're younger, like around 15, 14 years old, and you're doing this on a console that your parents bought you, take it to a professional or have someone that is a little bit more knowledgeable with the PS3 do it for you. If you bought it like I bought it for $10, shit, go right at it. It's $10. What's the worst thing you're gonna do? The lens don't fit? Okay. You know what I mean? These lenses, at least for PS3 and Blu-ray, they go for $45 online. I wouldn't about to spend $45 on a $10 console. $20? Sure. No problem. So today, on the Gamers Vault, I'm going to show you how to repair the lens on a PS3. Now, I wanted to do something else with the console, but money's really, really tight for me right now. Everything I'm doing on the show, with the sound quality, I got a Blue Yeti I'm trying to work with, and I got the C920 camera I'm trying to work with. The money's getting a little high for me, so I'm trying not to spend too much because I can't afford a lot. The next part I want to get for the PS3, and I want to show you on this show, is to custom firmware the system where you can play PS2 games on the console, upgrade the hard drive on the console. You could be able to play emulators, ROMs, you know, it'll be cool to have it on the system. This system will never see the PlayStation Network. I'm never going to put my PlayStation Network on it. It's going to be used on my fiance's gaming channel, and she's going to be playing like Kingdom Hearts and stuff on it. Sure, go right at it, honey. You know, $30 a working console, and it helps her out. I also am gonna retro style it with a decal, and that's gonna come in a couple of weeks, and I'll show you that. Or if you want to see that decal, when it's ready, it's gonna be on my fiance's channel. I'm gonna put it on the description below, and when it's ready, I'll have her show you on the stream so you can see how the decal came out. Cause it's gonna be really nice. So stay tuned to that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys. So what's holding this console together underneath is, let me see here, 2, 4, 6, 8 screws. 8 screws. And they're held by little black feet that look like this. Some of them are going to be rubber. Like this one's the only one that's on this console is one that's rubber. The rest are going to be as plastic as this. So this is kind of plasticky. So just be careful when you pry them off. You don't want to break them because then you won't be able to replace them and cover them up. Then you're going to get the console's face to come right out. So this is basically what the console looks like with the face removed. This right here, this black piece right here, is your basic power supply. This is the power supply that supplies the power to the system. Once you're able to get the screws out, there are going to be clips. I'm going to show them to you because I actually just got them off. So, you know, after you get the clips removed, I'm going to show you what the clips look like. There's one here. See that white clip right there? I want to put this down so you can see it. That white clip right there has to be unclipped. And then you got another one right here. There's one right here that's white. That has to be unclipped. Carefully pull them out so that way you don't break them. And just push them to the side. Once you do that, you take the power supply and you push that to the side. Now the back half is going to be exposed. What we need is this right here. This is your Blu-ray drive. So what I want to show you real quick is the power problem. The power problem stems right here. There's 2 metal prongs. Let me see if I can bring the camera a little bit closer. So please forgive me with the little shakiness. So there we go. There's 2 metal prongs, as you can see. These were bad. I had to clean it with isopropyl alcohol, and it was done, right? And then it came right on. So I'm going to put the camera back. The clip, this is the clip on the other end. Just be careful with it, like I said before. I'm going to put this back here. Now, with the actual Blu-ray drive itself, it's held by 1 screw, and then you have the ribbon cable, right? This ribbon cable, 2 fingers, pull it up. Now, I'm going to show you again. I'm sorry, I should have pulled this back. When you pull these out, be careful so that way you don't break your wiring and then you just screwed yourself. So I'm going to bring you back down again so you can see it. Now, there's a screw holding it in place here, a black screw. You can see that right there. You see the little arrow? That's a black screw. You take that out. That's perfect. There is a wire here. You can leave it alone. Just push it to the side. That won't hurt anything. This black and white cable is your Wi-Fi connections to your console. You don't want to pull that out because you don't really need that. Once you're able to remove the screw, you're going to go ahead and work on the actual strip itself. It sits right here, right? And there's a brown connector right there. And that brown connector holds this strip in place. You see how it's blue on this side? Don't forget it because we're going to need to put that back once everything is set in place. You pull the brown connector up, and it loosens the white connection, and this pops right out. So that's perfect. Once you do that, you'll get loose. Now, as you can see, I did mess up. I didn't break anything. I just need to pull this wire out. There's a wire here, just bloop, right out. Came right out. Boom. See? There you go. So once this is out, I'm going to show you guys the actual inside of the Blu-ray drive. The battery here, you leave alone. That is the backup battery for your console. You leave it there because of obvious reasons. One is for your time of day and all that goodness. So you want to leave that there. You don't want to move that because if you remove it, then you got to reset everything. It's a pain in the butt. It doesn't break anything. Just a pain in the butt. Now, this is how your console looks with everything exposed with nothing in it. What I was going to tell you is I was going to use something called L-NOR E3 flasher, and I was going to take the whole console apart, get to the board, and flash it so you guys can see it on my stream. That flasher goes for like $51. Right now, can't afford it right now, so I can't flash this console. Maybe in a later episode, as I try to save some money up or whatever, or maybe I'll do a Patreon. You guys can help if you guys want to help. Definitely, we can do it that way, and I'll get the flash, and I'll show you guys how it works. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the Blu-ray, and the nuts and bolts of the Blu-ray, and get this fixed. Hey guys, okay, so now that we got the top off, I wanted to at least show you what I did, so that way you guys know what's going on. The first half of this have 3 screws. There's one here, here, and here, and they look like these flat screws. You can't miss them. They're little flat, small screws. So I put them in a small pile by itself, so that way later on I know that these go back on top. Then I flip it around. They are, again, screws. There are 2 screws here, like this, and then 2 screws in the front, and they are the 2 screws in the back are these black ones, these long ones, and in the front there are 3. They're a little bit smaller, so you got that too. So again, in the pile, in a corner, so I can see what's going on. Now, here's where it gets tricky. You take this off, but before you take this metal piece off, guys. Before you take this metal piece off here, it's connected to the board. Again, there's a little brown cable. Pop it out. It's gone. Then you slowly but surely work this off. Then you get to the end. Get to the side here. It's going to have this piece on it. And all that piece does, it sits on top. There's no pushing it down. You don't need to push anything. It just sits there. It's a magnet that when the CD hits, it closes it in place, and the magnet spins, and that's what that does. That's what it serves the purpose, so don't lose that. So now that we don't need our magnet for now, we're going to pull that to the side. And of course, we're going to take the bottom half off. As I said, it is 30. Like I told you guys, it wasn't a clean console. So this is cool. I'm going to take this to the side. Remember where this goes, this little yellow contact. Don't put too much dirt on it as well. That goes for the chipset on your... I'll show you in a minute. But it looks like this. See? That right here goes on this. And of course this goes to this. That's basically what it does. This chip is important. Each one is unique to the system. That's right. I said it, to the system. It's unique only because they're married to the system. The motherboard, and like the Xbox 360, they're married to each one. I don't know why. I guess it's an anti-theft measure. I'm only guessing, so I don't know. Once you know how this goes, you'll see exactly how it comes back. There is a tab here that you need to pull out. So again, slowly, right out. Same thing goes for this. Slowly. Oh, this one's a little stronger. This one pulls right out, and of course, this tab gets to pull out. The reason why you're doing that is because you need to remove this board. We need to get the screws that are right here. There are screws here and the screws in the front, because we've got to take this tray out to get to our laser, which is right there. That's where our laser sits. I think I ordered the wrong laser, or they gave me the wrong laser. Let me double check. Real quick. No, it looks like the right laser, so I was wrong. So I ordered the right laser. That's a good thing. That's all we need. Now, let's go ahead and take our board out. Now, the board doesn't hold in with anything. There's a little tab here, a little black tab. Let me see if I can bring you closer. Excuse me. There's a little black tab right there. Right there. I'm sorry about the focus. Right there. You just push on it on the top, and you'll be able to pull it off. I gotta put the camera back because I can't do this with the camera in my hand. So, okay. So please forgive me as I pull the tab out. And of course, you know, Sony does not attend to us fixing our consoles, and you can buy these online. See, they come really easy. Now there's one more one more of those ribbon cables, and it goes to the board. And I'm going to go ahead and show you as I pull it out. And that is the control cable that controls your actual lens. That's what it does. So now that we got this apart, the power cable is going to come out, and boom, there we go. Again, you're going to put that safely to the side because we need that later. Now we got to the tray. This is called this unit. This main unit here is the tray. Sometimes you see it on eBay and they just show you the whole tray, and all you literally got to do is take this tray out, put the new one in, and the laser's already repaired. You're done. That's basically what the tray does. This particular tray works perfectly fine, but this is the bad boy we need to pull. So again, forgive me. I usually do this when I don't have the camera showing, but I want to show you guys the step-by-step process so you guys can learn how to get this done. Like I said, everything here is done patiently. You don't want to rush this. You rush this, you break something, and then you'll be waiting like 2 weeks for your console. And let's face facts, you don't want to wait. Now the tray is moving slowly. Again, I'm going to slowly but surely pull it up. Make sure you always do it slowly because you never know if you break anything. There are rubber, like these little rubber grommets for the screws, so that way they sit in place in the here. Now, this one we don't need temporarily, so we're going to put, again, that to the side. We're going to work with this. Now, as we do it, I'm going to show you the front half. There's your motor board, the motor. There's our laser. This is the laser we need to pull. The laser sits on 2 rails, as you can see here, and the laser sits here. Now, how you get them off? There's a couple of ways you can do it. The main part is going back to here again, because you got to see which screw you're going to pull out. Not that one. We're going to see. I think it's this one. No, it's this one. Okay, so we're going to pull the screws out. Let's go ahead and get that screw out of here. It loosened up a little, which is exactly what we want. It's a little hard to tell why things do what they do. At least these things are broken. It's because people need to start taking care of their consoles, and I tell this to everybody. Take care of your consoles. There's no need to go crazy. Let's see here. And it looks like the screw was tightened there really tightly because of the obvious reason. We don't want the screw there. Oh, that one has to go back. We don't want that to be removed. That is a control arm. We don't want that gone. So we'll put that back in. We'll just leave it tight. Leave it loose. There we go. So that's the long one. And as I loosen it out, it's kind of like it's supposed to slide out, but some of the models here are definitely different, and it makes it a little difficult for us to do it. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me pull the arms out. There are 4 screws here. You loosen them up and you take them out. I'll be back. I'll go ahead, take this out, and get to the lens, and then we'll do that, okay? Alright, guys. This is supposed to be a continuation to the other video. We're replacing the lens on the PS3 tray. I did that prior to this, and it still didn't read. It didn't even move. So it leads me to believe that the whole tray itself is not working correctly. So in this particular video, I did not order the part, and it's here. So we don't even have to wait. It's finally here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this out, literally, and replace it with the new one. So pop it after you remove the screws, the 4 screws that look like this. After remove from each corner, you're just going to pop out the tray. So the tray comes out very easily. You see? Now, what I need from this is going to be this. I need this for the new one. So put it to the side. And of course, for the new one, it doesn't have the rubber grommets, so we're just going to take them off of our particular tray, because we're going to use it on the new one. There we go. So all these have been removed off completely, so we don't really need them. And we're going to put this tray or set it aside. Here's our new tray. So, new tray looks similar to the last one. The most important thing about doing this repair, and I was telling you guys earlier, the whole most important thing is making sure the tray is identical. So on my particular tray, I'm going to show you real quick if I can get it to look right. There we go. It's going to say KEM-4500AAA. That's exactly what the old tray has. Same sticker, same everything. So just make sure that yours matches that, so that way you don't have a problem. Now the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to put my rubber gummits back onto the new tray. And as you can see, the new tray definitely fits, and definitely, not fits, but is a matching for the old one, which is a good thing. Once we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and put the old one back on, so it works out really well. This, you don't have to worry about too much, just push it slightly over, which is fine. Pretty much you're just pushing it over so that way you can get to the tray itself. So, after that, you're going to push this in and just snap it down. Look, looks really well. So that actually worked out well. The reason why this is important is because if you on some boards or some PS3 boards, they have their own board. It looks like this, like I was showing you earlier, and of course you have to attach it to here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm not going to go ahead and have it all screwed so you guys can see the whole thing. You guys see how it broke down. It's the same thing in reverse. You're going to just put it back on and get the tray in there, and that's how we're going to work it to make sure it goes in place. So goes backwards to forwards because of the plastic piece that's holding the board in place. And once you do that, look, it just sits in there perfect and stable. So just stay right back, guys. I'm going to put it back together. I'm going to put the screws back in, and then we're going to continue our video. And we're going to go from there. Alright, guys, after we replaced the drive and the tray, we put everything back together and I plugged it back in. So, the moment of truth, we replaced pretty much the guts of this system in order for this system to work. Mind you, I bought the PS3 again for $10. So, it cost me $20 so far to replace the guts in the system. So, in order for us to make sure that this works, we're going to play a PS3 game. Again, guys, please forgive my shakiness of the camera. It's just me holding the camera up and as well as demoing, so it's kind of hard. So we're going to be doing Kingdom Hearts 2.5. This is my fiance's game. She loves the Kingdom Hearts series, so I'm going to use this for this system. And that's another thing, too. This system is not for me. It's actually going to be going to her stream and her channel on Maylilies and Twitch. So if you guys want to check it out, you can check it out there as well. Alright, let me get the game out of the system here. Sorry about, like I said, sorry about the shakiness of my camera. So I'm going to try to do the less shaking as best as possible. Alright, so moment of truth. Let's see if it plays, right? Again, it's going to autofocus. And it's asking me to upgrade the system to version 4.6, which is the PlayStation's latest version. I'm not going to do that, and the reason why is that I'm going to hack it later, and I'm going to show you guys how that's done, because I want to play PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games on it as well. So no. So as you can see, it does play after replacement of the hard drive. Of the inside of the Blu-ray. It plays not only, but it plays flawlessly on the system. So this was a success as far as replacing the CD drive. It was perfect. So the next thing I'm going to be doing for you guys, and the next thing on the next set of videos, is to show you guys how to hack our PS3, downgrade it to version, I believe, 3.6. There's a lot of stipulations. I'm not going to go into it in this video, but the main thing is I wanted to show you that it does work, and everything came out perfectly fine. Appreciate you guys' patience. We're waiting for this video. I know it took a long time. Just parts and buying it always take a while. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Hit the subscribe button. Also like the video if it does help you. And if you have any like I said, if you have any questions, you can also PM me as well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Hey guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for staying towards the end of the video. I know that the audio sounded so terrible, but when you're doing a repair, it's kind of hard to go back and just shoot everything done because everything was already fixed and done. So it's kind of hard for me to go back and do it. As you can see, this video took a couple of days to shoot. I'm not wearing the same shirt as we started the video. So I got a new mic. As you can see, it sounds 10 times better than the mic that I was using. It was using the camera mic from the C920. It shoots great video, as you can see, better than my other videos I had in the past. But the only problem is the audio definitely sucks. Sounds like it's coming out of a tin can. So I got a better mic from it. It's a little expensive. This one's the Blue Yeti. So the Blue Yeti definitely does a really good job recording audio, and it's just really great. As far as other mics that are not expensive, if you want to see something like that, I have a YouTuber. His name is RetroTech100. I'll link his video at the bottom below if you guys are interested in doing YouTube videos or just streaming online on Twitch. His mic is just, the way he does it, it's perfect. Not only does he do the mics, he shows you the differences on how to save money with mics. Believe it or not, it's Sony that made the mics. Either way, I want you to watch his videos. It's definitely pretty good. The next video, as I promised you, will be a hack video. I have the part. I don't have it with me right now, but I'm going to go pick it up in a little bit at the post office because I got to sign for it. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the PS2 that we were working on apart completely out of the case. And I'm going to show you guys how to downgrade it and upgrade it to a different firmware so you guys can take a look at it, because that's more important to anybody. Again, thank you so much for paying attention to my videos, and I hope you guys are enjoying them, because I do enjoy making them and putting them out there for you guys. Either way, thank you so much again. Have a great day and take care.